Welcome to the Bearcat Beat podcast. I'm Amy Zock, Director of Instructional and Innovative Technology here in Decatur County Schools. And today we are excited to talk about a topic that's vital to our community and our kids, the Esplost, or Education Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. This unique funding source helps keep our schools moving forward with important projects. It supports our learners and helps us keep the tax burden lighter for homeowners in Bainbridge and beyond. Joining me today are two wonderful guests, Dr. English, our school superintendent, and Dr. Larry Clark, who brings a wealth of knowledge and passion for education. Together, let's unpack what Esplost means for our schools, community, and our future. So let's jump right in. Dr. English, being in charge of this whole school system, can you tell us a little bit about what Esplost stands for and what it means?
Okay, thank you for having us today. Esplost actually stands for Education Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. It is a 1% sales tax, which equates to just 1 penny for every dollar spent in Decatur County that is specifically dedicated to funding capital projects for public schools. This includes projects like building renovations, technology upgrades, new construction, and safety improvements across our system. It would be very appropriate at this time to mention to our listeners that this is not a new sales tax. We currently have Esplost in Decatur County, and we look to renew in November of 2025 our Esplost for years to come.
Well, that's really important to understand that it's a sales tax. It's just 1 penny on every dollar. It has nothing to do with properties. That's interesting. Dr. Clark, can you explain how it's different from regular school taxes and city taxes in Decatur County?
Absolutely. First of all, it is not a property tax. That's the main thing that we have to understand. It is a sale tax, which means that this is a tax paid on purchases that are made in Decatur County, okay? Now, this can only be used for certain purposes, cannot be used for salaries or day-to-day operations. So basically, the number one thing here is that Esplost is not a property tax. It is a sales tax on items that are purchased in Decatur County.
Okay, so being a sales tax, that's different than millage rate, right, Dr. English? How does it keep the tax millage rate lower for homeowners?
Well, one thing that we pride ourselves in the Decatur County Schools, we have pledged to keep our millage rate flat. Currently, it stands at 14.565. It has remained 14.565 mills since 2021. By using Esplost to fund major school improvements, the school system doesn't have to raise property taxes to cover renovation or new construction cost. Without Esplost, the district would likely have to look at different revenue sources, which, the most likely would be looking at that millage rate and possibly raising the millage rate to pay for the middle school construction that we enjoy on 84 East and also Bainbridge High School and our Performing Arts Center. So we would have to use an alternative revenue source such as property taxes if Esplost was not in place.
So you're saying that those big projects that we recently did that we're so proud of came from Esplost money?
100%.
That is exciting.
So no property tax goes to capital projects or new construction.
Oh, I think that's important for people to understand. I might not have understood that before. Dr. Clark, I'm wondering, who actually pays for the Esplost? Is it just the people who live here, or how does that work?
Everyone who shops in Decatur County contributes to Esplost, not just the residents. Anyone who visits, stop for dining in local restaurants, anyone that's traveling through purchasing gas, anyone who may shop at various clothing stores, through electronics or groceries, they will pay a tax on that. An example would be a family from any other county or state who stop and shop at Walmart or any businesses in Bainbridge help fund our school through their purchases. Even when you have family reunion and families come to town, when they go and shop, there's a 1% that will be going toward our schools and their purchases.
So it's really fortunate that we are the bass capital of the world, right? Or that we have Rivertown Days and all these great events in Bainbridge, because it just brings money to our schools if they use the Esplost. So that's exciting. Dr. English, what are some exciting projects and improvements we've already done with Esplost money in Decatur County?
Okay. Probably the most recent is our Performing Arts Center on the campus of Bainbridge High School. Our new middle school that is, again, on 84 East. We enjoy that state-of-the-art facility that we moved into and opened in January of this year. And Bainbridge High School. Bainbridge High School was opened somewhere around 2010. And we definitely continue to enjoy those facilities of Bainbridge High School. In 2015, there was a new construction on the site of Jones Wheat Primary. So those are examples of new builds, renovations, and new construction that was made possible by Esplost.
I see a lot of people come through our system to see some of the things we're doing, and they're always asking why we have such beautiful schools. And I guess that really explains it. We've been using that money to really keep everything updated. What would happen to our school finances if Esplost wasn't renewed or approved this next time around? What would we do?
We will be in serious trouble. Property taxes would have to be raised.
Oh my.
Now, if you did not raise property taxes, then we are going to be participating in outdated facilities with equipment. Our kids will not get the best education possibly. And most of all, if you raise the taxes, your property taxes and homeowners taxes, it will be a heavy burden for homeowners and those who own property here in Decatur County.
It would be all on them. It wouldn't
All
be
on-
on our visitors.
Right.
That seems like that could have quite an impact. For those who might be skeptical, what would you say is the biggest misconception about Esplost?
I really believe there's two misconceptions. First and foremost, there's a misconception that our construction projects in Decatur County schools is paid for by property tax. That is the furthest from the truth. Esplost does not impact property tax except to keep them flat. Again, it's very important to realize that property taxes that are collected by Decatur County schools goes to account for about 35% of our operating budget annually. So that goes to such things as personnel, salaries, benefits of our wonderful faculty and staff. Also operational things such as utilities, transportation cost, things of that nature. So that is one huge misconception is that what is the use of property taxes? What is the use of Esplost? Well, again, property taxes, the fiscal budget, the annual operational budget. Esplost is 100% construction projects. And the other misconception that is out there, and we understand we have a wonderful relationship with our city council and our county commissioners, but because of House Bill 581, there is a new statute within the law that allows the county commissioner and the local city to raise an additional sales tax, and it is called the FLOST, and it is a new sales tax. Ours has nothing to do with the city of Bainbridge and the county commissioners and their decision to put that before the ballot in November. So you'll see in November a FLOST, which is a new sales tax that will go to support the city of Bainbridge and the county, and an Esplost, which is a renewal that will continue to support that Decatur County schools when it comes to construction. So I know that was a long answer, but those are two critical misconceptions that are out there right now.
So if I'm really concerned about education in Decatur County, want to make sure that this special tax goes through, I need to look for the E for Esplost for education, right? And make sure I'm voting on that.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent. And so let's think about this for a second, Dr. Clark. I know you've been around for a long time in our community. Can you tell us a little bit about how the Esplost helps us to compete with other school districts? And you work with other school districts too, so you can tell us how we compare with their facilities and how we compete using this particular tax.
First of all, we want the very best for all of our stakeholders. That's number one. In order for us to do that, we've got to provide the best facilities. We got to have the best classrooms available. And again, in other systems, we are far ahead in some areas. However, we don't want to fall behind. And with Esplost, it will allow us to continue to build, to attract quality teachers, keep students engaged, and stay competitive statewide. And again, our goal is to have our kids to compete with the world and not with just people in Decatur County and in the state of Georgia. So again, this will allow us to do the very best and provide the very best for our kids and our staff members.
All right, so this is one of my last questions, I think, today. And I just want to know, Dr. English, in what ways does the Esplost promote fairness by spreading funding responsibility beyond just local homeowners?
Well, Esplost ensures that everyone who shops or visits Decatur County contributes, not just those who own property. This includes our tourists, commuters, shoppers from neighboring states and counties. This spreads out the tax burden more equitably, making school funding a shared community effort, not just a homeowner's responsibility. So for those tourists that are going to the beach and they're stopping in our stores for fuel and snacks and different things, they're going to contribute. And that's just an example of those who contribute to Decatur County schools and make sure, like Dr. Clark says, that we offer the best possible educational experience for our students in Decatur County as we ensure that we prepare them to be college and career ready.
And that's what it's about, right? So thank you very much for tuning in to the Bearcat Beat podcast. We hope today's conversation helped you see how the Esplost, remember Esplost, is a powerful tool for strengthening our schools, supporting our learners, and building a stronger community. Remember, every purchase made in Bainbridge helps support our students. So together, we're investing in a brighter future for all Bearcats. Stay involved, stay informed, and let's keep working to give our kids the best education possible. I'm Amy Zock, and this has been your Bearcat Beat, where education and community come together. See you next time.